U.S. and its NATO allies vow to take on and crush the brutal Islamic terror group known as ISIS.
President Obama says the campaign to degrade and dismantle ISIS will involve cutting off the Islamists' financial backing and striking them on the battlefield. Julianna Goldman is at the White House with more. Julianna, good morning.
Good morning. President Obama returned here late last night, but he ended his trip vowing to destroy ISIS, his strongest comments yet. And he said he's enlisted international partners in that fight.
Wrapping up 2 days of meetings with key allies in Wales, President Obama said the international community is stepping up its response to the militant group ISIS, also known as ISIL.
There was unanimity over the last 2 days that ISIL poses a significant threat to NATO members.
10 countries, including the U.S., UK, France, Australia, and Turkey, will work to degrade ISIS with military force, political pressure, and by squeezing its finances. Mr. Obama and other officials, including Secretary of State John Kerry, said this coalition won't put any boots on the ground. Instead, the goal is to bolster the fighters currently struggling to take on ISIS, Iraqis and moderate rebels in Syria.
We have experience working with many of them. They have been, to some degree, outgunned and outmanned, and that's why it's important for us to work with our friends and allies to support them more effectively.
Mr. Obama outlined the emerging strategy just days after he sent conflicting messages about the ability to defeat ISIS. Still, he defended his multifaceted and deliberative approach, saying it's the same model that's been successful in degrading other extremist groups, including al-Qaeda.
We have been very systematic and methodical in going after these kinds of organizations that may threaten U.S. personnel and the homeland. Have no doubt we will continue, and I will continue, to do what is necessary to protect the American people.
Officials want this coalition to complete its plan by the time the United Nations General Assembly meets in New York later this month. And administration officials also said they want to expand the coalition to include as many countries as possible. And Jeff, that will be Secretary of State John Kerry's mission when he heads to the region next week.
Julianna Goldman at the White House, thank you very much.